Hello everyone, welcome back, and today we are going to do another diecast mafia build-off, and this build-off will be again with OPA, Tizok over a 2HD cut, and Matchbox Mark. Now I choose coupe for March, and this is what my entry is. It's a Norev Renault Fuego from the 80s. Now there we got it in. It's a real nice casting metal base, but it has really ugly wheels, and those wheels, in my opinion, they look really cheap, and they let the entire car look cheap, although the car is really well made, so we're going to change those. But first let's drill the car apart. I think this was made in around about 1982. The real car is from 1979 or 1980. I think it was presented in 79. So here we got the glazing. Really happy this isn't cracked, because this would be really hard to renew, if not impossible. And this is the post. As you can see, this is a little strange because the post is not high, so you can't get a screw in there. This is the interior without the dashboard, and this is the base. Those wheels are clipped in there, similar to late 70s Matchbox or modern Hot Wheels, and I will have to remove those. So the wheels I chose are those old Majorette wheels. Those are off a Renault 5, so we are staying in the Renault segment, but don't worry, the Renault 5 will have a life too, and I have another Majorette junker which I'm going to use the wheels for the Renault 5, and you will see the Renault 5 come up in the future. I've already done it. So this is the paint job. I chose red because I think red is a really nice color for the Renault Fuego, and this is also a red car from the factory, so I think we're going to stay like that, but I'm going to paint it up way more realistic. And maybe some of you thought the windshield was cracked, but those are actually the windscreen wipers, and they look kind of strange because they're upright. So I guess this car would have been driving in the rain. Anyway, so this is our paint job. I think it turned out quite good. And then we're going to go off to the detail. And again, I don't like to film this stuff because I have to pay attention to not mess up. The base I'm going to paint in a dark gray because the Renault Fuego had the bumpers in a dark gray color. Now for the interior I chose this color, and I've also added a new part in the back because when I painted the interior, the old one started cracking. I don't know why. Probably it still had a crack. It already had a crack in it, so I replaced it with some styrene, and I'm going to paint this up now again. This is again very old Humbrol color. I'm not sure how old it is, but it must be well over 20 years old. I think now almost 30 years, yeah, probably 30 years old now. And I'm stirring it up a little bit, and it still works. It's my favorite interior color. I use it a lot actually. And just painting it on with the brush there for this repair. And you can also notice that I added a dashboard because the original interior didn't have one, and this is off the Passat Gaslands car I've done last month. So now I'm going to put in the windshield. As you can see, I've painted in the windscreen wipers so that they don't look like cracks anymore. Now let's put in the interior. This is put together in a sort of a strange way, and it always starts to come apart, so it was kind of hard to assemble this. As you can see, it doesn't want to go in there properly, and the post is very short, so I had to glue it and wasn't able to put a screw in there. But this is not such a big problem because most cars I glue anyway, because screws are kind of hard to get. or at least that small screws. So this is what we started with. It was a kind of shabby looking car. It was a quite rare car, but shabby looking, ugly wheels. It was looking a little cheap with those wheels, and this is what we ended up with. I think the wheels really suited. I've painted a lot of details on this one, and yeah, I really like it. I think it looks quite realistic too. I think the Renault Fuego is a very interesting car. It was the coupe for the Renault 18, which was made by Majorette, and I think we're done now. So, as I said, I really like it. Tell me if you like it too. I don't know how famous this car is. Well, it is known in Europe, I think, but I don't know about the US. Tell me if you knew this car, and tell me if you like it, if you didn't like it. If you want to ask me anything or send me something, contact me in the comments below, or I have my email address in the video description. And as I said, check out the other videos. I have no idea what the others come up with. And thanks for watching, and see you next time.